how employing those with criminal convictions can benefit your business. Did you know that in Northern Ireland, 86.9% of convictions resulted in a non-custodial sentence? 46.2% of prosecutions at all courts were for motoring offences, and 56.6% of convictions resulted in a financial penalty. Also in Northern Ireland, 8 out of 10 prosecutions were against males. 20.7% of convictions were in the 18 to 24 age group, an ideal group to support via apprenticeships. And it costs just over £55,000 per year to hold an individual in prison. Employers have an important role to play in this area. They need to ensure they have a positive yet careful approach towards the employment of people who have been through the criminal justice system. Ban the Box is an inclusive employment campaign that aims to give people with convictions a fairer chance at securing employment by encouraging companies to ask the conviction question at a later point in the application process. This reduces the risk of unfair discrimination and overlooking talent. Ban the Box asks companies to commit to removing the conviction question tick box from the initial job application stage, considering an applicant's skills, experience, and ability to do the job before asking about criminal convictions, reviewing their recruitment processes. If you would like to find out more about Ban the Box, visit our website bitcni.org.uk. Hover over what we do and select Education and Skills. Scroll down in this section to find Ban the Box and click on this link. On this page you will find all of the information you need about the Ban the Box campaign and how your business can get involved. Encouragingly, more than 65,000 job roles in Northern Ireland have now been made available via the Ban the Box campaign, reducing the risk of unfair discrimination against those who have convictions. In these sections you will see a number of links and resources that you can access. If you would like to access the Ban the Box toolkit, which explains everything in more detail on what your business can do, please complete the form and submit it, and we will send the toolkit to you directly. The toolkit looks like this. It will guide you through a 3-step process, and it will show you the additional resources and connections you can make. The 3-step Ban the Box process includes: firstly, understanding your starting point. What are your recruitment processes like at present? Where is your conviction box currently placed in the recruitment process and why? Secondly, what are some of the things you may need to change? The second step will help you make the necessary changes to your recruitment process. It is important to note that a conviction does not mean an unskilled candidate with no potential talent or a bad person. Ban the Box encourages employers to think about where to place the conviction box for each type of role. And lastly, Ban the Box will help you understand why employing those with convictions is important to a business. It will help you to be more inclusive, and it will widen your recruitment pool to find and retain hidden and untapped talent. Becoming a more inclusive employer may require a culture shift, and it may not come easily. For those reasons, Ban the Box requires buy-in at a senior level, and employers who foresee the risks may need to overcome the fear factor. This can be achieved by understanding the statistics. Not all convictions are major ones. More often than not, they are minor or lower risk. Minor convictions could have been picked up by any one of us, and for lower risk convictions, the context needs to be understood and the change in the person needs to be explored. To help achieve this, business in the community can support by inspiring employers and helping them see the reality of employing those with convictions firsthand. One way this is done is through a seeing is believing visit within prisons, meeting those who have a lived experience and brokering links to support organisations that work to upskill those who have been through the justice system. Business in the community can also provide links to existing Ban the Box companies, those who can share how they've been able to ban the box.
did you know that 1 in 4 of working age people have a conviction? Yes, you heard that right. 1 in 4. We're all human and we all have a story. But here's the kicker. It's something we rarely talk about in the workplace, until now. At version 1, we are taking a stance with business in the community as we urge everyone to ban the box. We believe in breaking down barriers, and that starts with breaking the stigma. The Ban the Box campaign is all about inclusivity, acceptance, and making our workplace better for everyone. We're tackling the taboo of employing those with convictions, starting conversations, and creating an environment where everyone feels valued regardless of their past. At version 1, we are on a mission to be more inclusive, especially in the technology sector. We know there's a skills shortage, and we believe that talent is everywhere and comes in all shapes and sizes. So why is this important? Well, it's simple. We're not just changing lives through creating opportunities, but as a business, we're closing the skills gap and driving innovation. But we can't do it alone. We all need to be a part of the change. As an organisation, here's some things that we can all do. Firstly, start the conversation, break the ice, and let everyone know we're all in this together. Secondly, provide support. We all have unique challenges, and a little support goes a long way, which is why our relationship with business in the community is so crucial. And finally, let's embrace diversity. Our differences make us stronger, and together we can truly make a systemic change for inclusion for all. So let's ban the box, break the stigma, and build a workplace that's not just inclusive but truly exceptional, living up to the stance of inclusion and equal opportunity for all. Join us in making the difference. Together we create a workplace where everyone has a fair shot, because at version 1 we believe in the power of change, and Ban the Box is doing just that.
Appreciating that some situations may not be straightforward, 3 things that might help are: legislation. For complex situations where Ban the Box could be a challenge to implement, a legislative starting point for business is the Rehabilitation of Offenders, Northern Ireland Order 1978. Now, ACRO are subject matter experts in this area and can provide advice tailored to your business. When, how and what to ask. This is not a one-size-fits-all for business. Understanding the context of the conviction and how it impacts the job role is important to consider in your questions. Be open and transparent. Alternative approaches. Perhaps your business could consider password locking disclosure forms. These can be opened at an appropriate point after assessing all job applicants' skills and experiences. This is likely to be after selecting a CV as a good fit for the role, or after an interview, which reduces unconscious bias. Change the box, with the tick box saying you're open to receiving applications from people with convictions. This can foster a more comfortable situation for asking questions about convictions. Asking about convictions at the conditional offer stage. By this stage, you will have made a full assessment of all your job applicants. A condition of the offer is whether the conviction impacts your chosen candidate's suitability for the specific role. You will probably be familiar with access and eye checks. These checks should only be carried out for the necessary roles. They are not a requirement for every role. It should be a platform to then discuss and assess if it holds any bearing on the individual carrying out the role. Taking the process one step further, a business may implement a disclosure panel. Andrea Moreland, a disclosure specialist from NIACRO, explains what this is and how both the business and the individual can benefit.
When assessing criminal record information, we encourage employers to make use of disclosure panels. A disclosure panel is when a small number of appropriate individuals are brought together to assess criminal record information. Both criminal record information and any supporting evidence such as disclosure statements, references, and any other relevant information will be reviewed. Sometimes the panel might choose to hold a focused interview in order to ask further questions and get a sense of the candidate's suitability. Recommendations will be made about whether the candidate's criminal record makes them suitable for the role. The decision about whether to proceed with the recruitment process should be signed off by senior management. That could be the CEO or a member of the executive committee, for example. The chain of decision making should be written into the organisation's policies and procedures, and anybody taking part in the disclosure panel should be properly trained and up to date with current rehabilitation legislation. The purpose of the panel is to make evidence-based decisions based on all the information available. The panel will also be responsible for deciding who needs to be informed of any decisions that have been made and whether any adjustments need to be made to mitigate risk. Some of the factors that the panel might choose to investigate include the seriousness of the offence committed, the relevance of the offence to the role being applied for, the length of time since the offence occurred, any mitigating circumstances surrounding the offence, any third-party evidence such as references or reports, any evidence of rehabilitation, and evidence of how the person's life has moved on since the offence occurred. Disclosure panels allow employers to make safe and fair recruitment decisions and also serve to mitigate risk.
Thank you for listening. Please get in touch to discuss Ban the Box further.